All right, now to give us more perspective in terms of why these protests have broken out, we're joined by Mr. Jonah Blank, who's a journalist, who's also a foreign policy expert and a former foreign policy advisor to President Joe Biden. He's joining us on this broadcast all the way from Washington, D.C. Mr. Jonah Blank, thank you very much indeed for taking time out and speaking to us here on WION. Now, these are some pretty interesting scenes that are playing out in the United States at the moment, where people are coming out against some of the executive orders that Donald Trump has passed, but these are things that he had promised as a part of the campaign. One of the big issues that a lot of the protesters are taking exception to appears to be the fact the amount of control that Elon Musk seems to be exercising, where he seems, that is the Department of Government Efficiency, the department that he heads, has access to social security numbers of U.S. citizens. Why is it that these protests are breaking out, and why are the Democrats backing it?
Yes, you're right. I was at the protest at the Treasury Department, which was probably the largest, definitely the highest profile. And the number one demand of the protesters, the number one issue was Elon Musk. Obviously, everyone was very upset about Trump, but they were particularly upset that the world's richest man now is effectively the unelected ruler of the United States. Nobody voted for Elon Musk. Nobody wanted him to have control over the Treasury. Nobody wanted him to have my social security number, my kid's social security number, to do God knows what with the control of the Treasury. And nobody wanted this to, even the people who voted for Trump didn't want this to happen.
You know, it's interesting that you say that no one voted for Elon Musk. People may have voted for Trump because he's clearly the president. Are you now suggesting that although Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America, the administration effectively is being run by Elon Musk from behind the scenes?
Well, that's certainly how it looks, and not even so much behind the scenes. Elon Musk has been saying right out and open, and if you just read Twitter right now, he says that he personally has shut down USAID. That is the agency through which the United States delivers all of its foreign aid and foreign assistance. He has put his own, in at least several cases, teenagers and young 20s, acolytes, into these agencies to control them. Let's remember, DOGE is not actually a part of the U.S. government. It calls itself a department. It is not. It's just Elon's own little team.
It's interesting that you're saying that he's using teenagers, but you turn around and say that teenagers and youngsters would bring fresh ideas to the administration and therefore may bring about greater efficiency. I also want you to quickly weigh in on one other aspect. The protests are about Elon Musk, but they're also about several other things, like, for instance, the transgender issue that Donald Trump has now passed effectively an executive order on, and the DEI programs. But Trump would turn around and say these are issues that he had spoken of during the campaign, and he's just implementing what the Republican voters wanted him to do.
Yes, it's bait and switch. It's Donald Trump and the Republicans and Elon Musk who are making transgender issues front and center. It's not as if Joe Biden was spending his presidency talking about this, promoting it, making it any part of his major agenda. The Democratic program has not been, let's get transgender athletes into women's sports. That's something the Republicans are talking about, not the Democrat. My own view, for whatever it's worth, is let people live their own lives. There are a percentage of people in India, India has a whole separate category and bureaucracy on passports, all of that. I feel, and I think most Democrats feel, let people live their own lives. This is not one of the top 100 issues that we should be fighting over.
But this is an issue that is getting people in the United States of America to come hit the streets and to protest. We'll, of course, continue talking on this. But for now, though, we're completely out of time. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Jonah Blank, for joining us and getting us that perspective there.
Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.